Yo, so this is work vlog number 2 day as a private chef. Today's lunch is bronzino or Mediterranean sea bass, so I grabbed 2 of them and broke them down myself. I used to ask the guys who work at the seafood counter to fillet them, but they kept messing them up, so I just ended up doing it myself. Bronzino is pretty easy to break down, and once you know how, breaking down fish can be really fun. So I seasoned the fish with the seasoning salt I made in the last video, and I rubbed it down with a little bit of olive oil. My client likes most proteins grilled, so I make sure that it's coated in a little bit of olive oil just so that it doesn't stick to the grill. Then I start to cook some quinoa. I just bring it up to a boil, put a lid on it, and throw it in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. I noticed my knife was feeling a little dull while breaking down the fish, so I did a quick touch up on my knife. The veg today is Romanesco. If you don't know what Romanesco is, it's a member of the cruciferous family and similar to cauliflower, but it looks a lot cooler and I find them to be a little less farty, if that makes sense. So I just broke these down, tossed them in a little bit of olive oil, salt, cumin, Italian seasoning, and threw them on a tray to roast. We also got a head of cauliflower, so I cut them into little florets, tossed them in olive oil, and for these I hit them with lemon pepper, cumin, Italian seasoning, and salt. Then I slice some onions and fennel, start sweating them down in a little bit of olive oil. And we also got a delivery of some beautiful cherry tomatoes from the farmer's market. So I half those, slice some Kalamata olives, and thinly slice some garlic. Once the onions and fennel are soft and start to barely get some color, I add the garlic and fry it together to get rid of the raw flavor of garlic. Then I add some passata and leave that to cook down and concentrate the flavors. Once the quinoa is done, I throw it into a bowl and I let that cool down in the fridge. Now when the tomato, onion, and fennel mix is cooked down a bit, I throw in some capers, tomatoes, and sliced olives, and that's basically the sauce for the bronzino. Now that it's almost time to serve, I go and grill the bronzino skin down and get some nice grill marks, and I make sure to be gentle so it doesn't fall apart. Also making sure to barely cook it. Few things are worse than dry, overcooked fish. Once the fish is done, we start plating. We got the roasted cauliflower Romanesco, which I hit with a little bit of lemon juice to keep it bright, the tomato sauce that's spiked with the olives and the capers, and finally the grilled bronzino. Super light and tasty. Now I gotta prep for dinner. I'm making them a Mediterranean quinoa and chicken bowl for them to reheat. Start off by picking some parsley, which is always a pain in the ass, but it's gotta be done. Slice the parsley as fine as possible. Pick and chop some dill, which it appears that I forgot to film. Pick and slice some mint. Clean and slice some scallions. Now that the quinoa is cooled down, I hit it with some olive oil, fresh lemon juice, a bit of salt, the scallions, mint, parsley, and dill. I also used some more of the gremolata that I made before to make it nice and bright. And to keep it fresh, I'm also gonna make a little tomato cucumber salad with all the fresh herbs that we sliced, herb vinaigrette, red wine vinegar, lemon juice, and a touch of honey for sweet.